everyone, and welcome back to another Speed Paint. I'm Deltora. Remember, if you like what you see in this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. And if you have any feedback at all, whether about what you've seen on the screen or what we talked about in this video, be sure to leave it in the comments below. So today, I've decided to talk about a topic that is completely different from what I normally discuss. I'm usually very focused on the visual arts community or the ranting community, but today I've decided to talk more about the creative community as a whole, whether it be that you write stories or that you create visual arts. So today we're talking about shipping, and I know it's a topic that has been in the shadows for a little while, but I think that we need to just talk about it very generally because I'm seeing some problems in the shipping community that need to be addressed. So to start off, shipping in today's definition would be that you like two characters or people in a romantic relationship, and you see them in that relationship. So you create fan fiction or stories or visual art of them in that type of relationship. Now, shipping didn't start out as purely romantic. Shipping was originally any sort of relationship, right? You could be friends, they could have a hate-based relationship, it could be romantic, but when shipping first came around, it wasn't. Romantic relationships were more, ooh, you're being pretty bold about that. So when it comes to the types of ships, you have the romantic character-on-character ship, but a romantic relationship doesn't always mean that there is a boyfriend and girlfriend. They could be just dating, they could be love interest. It kind of varies. We have the friendship type of a ship where you like the idea of either them living together or being best friends, things like that. This usually works for characters from different universes or different parts of the world when we're talking about real people. Now, I'm generalizing these types of ship a lot because you can break them down into their very nitty-gritty individual areas, but I don't think we need to do that in this video. Shipping has changed a lot over time. First, when shipping became a really popular thing, people either liked it or they hated it. You didn't mess around with shipping in a lot of people's minds, and in other people's, they thought shipping was perfectly okay. They weren't hurting anybody. I don't think that shipping hurts anybody, but I respect the fact that somebody does not want to be shipped, or if they don't want their character shipped, that is their choice, and I am perfectly okay with that. But as time has gone on, shipping has become incredibly popular, and it's just a part of our everyday internet culture now, which hasn't changed much in terms of how much of it there is, but you will see more of it. People are way more open about their ships, their OTPs, and what they like and dislike in the shipping culture. More ships are romantic now, rather than the friendship ships. Those have kind of died off. If you're going to ship somebody, ship them as romantic in today's shipping community. I actually have a very strong background in shipping. It's a little embarrassing. I would consider myself a part of one fandom strongly, and that would be the Naruto fandom, and I was very active and involved in that fandom back in the day when I first made this account. I was a fanfiction writer. That's what this account was actually originally. For my super old subscribers who would remember that I did a lot of shipping. And back then, crack ships were still kind of, you don't do that. And by crack ship, I mean two characters that the majority of a fandom believes would never get together, ever. Like, you can't even ship them, it's so far-fetched. I like crack ships because, like in our own physical universe, if things go just slightly different, it changes the course of our lives. Everybody has lived a different life. No two lives are exactly the same. We all experience things in different ways. Some of us react to different situations completely different than another person would do, and that changes the course of our life. There are also things that are completely out of our control that change how our lives go. The same thing goes for a fictional universe. If things had gone slightly different, these ships could have been canon. That's just the way it is, and I don't think that we should hate on people who like crack ships, because you can only play around with a universe so much and make these things very plausible. But my background in shipping is pretty extensive. I had a pretty big name when it came to shipping, especially in the Naruto fandom, but I have redirected my focus on 180 degrees because now I do speed paints for my own characters and live out their lives and create my own world. So I haven't wrote fanfiction in years, and I do very little fan art. but I still do from time to time because it's fun. Now, here's where a lot of the controversy in today's shipping community comes from. We have what characters you compare with what, and I don't mean for crack ships or realistic ships. I mean original characters paired with original characters paired with canon characters, canon paired with canon, and fan characters shipped with canon characters. Now, you can probably pick out a few more types of ships here that I'm probably not going to talk about. I'm just going to focus on these 4. In every one of these types of ships, people either like it or they hate it. You can either do it or you can't. And I find that a lot of artists tend to preach whatever their particular preference is, and everything else you can't do because they wouldn't do it. When it comes to original character paired with another original character, I see no reason why that shouldn't work. You made 2 characters that were for each other, they're in love, they're best friends, whatever. That's your ship. If you want to ship with somebody else's original character, you make sure that's okay first. But it's the most realistic thing that could possibly happen. All my characters exist in the same universe, so it's possible that any one of my characters could have an interaction with each other. Therefore, they could have some sort of relationship. If my characters are shipped with somebody else's, I assume that either my character has entered their universe or their character has entered mine. It's fiction. You can kind of do what you want with it. When it comes to OCX canon, people are either for or against. I have a problem with that. Why would you not be able to ship yourself with a main character? It doesn't make any sense. Why can't you ship your original character with canon characters? That doesn't make any sense. Shipping is about liking a person or a character. So you created a character or you put yourself into that universe and you ship yourself with that character. It's not about what other people like. Shipping should be about what you like. It's the ships that you like and what you think would work. Canon x canon. Again, people are either for or against, and like I said, most couples that make sense, people are okay with. But if you start doing crack ships like I would write back in my fanfiction days, you were in trouble. Because they've never even met in their own universe, or they met and they're enemies, so why would you ship them? Obviously they would never fall in love with each other. It's my fan fiction. It's what I think could possibly happen had the world that they live in been slightly different. I don't see why you have a problem with that. It's my fiction. You can write your own, you know? And you don't have to read it if you don't like the couple. I mean, no offense is mean, but you don't have to read it. Finally, there are fan characters ex-canon, and the same rule applies for OC's ex-canon, because your fan character can't be with a main character, quote unquote. Again, I think this is completely wrong. If you make a fan character, which some people consider fan characters to be self-inserts, I don't really care if you self-insert yourself. These universes are cool. We as we are would never survive in them, but if we can create a fan character that would survive and would be an okay citizen in that universe, I see no problem with inserting them into the lives of the characters that you're fans of. What's wrong with that? It's fiction. We know it's never going to come to pass. We know it's never going to be canon. We wrote it because we liked it, not because we were trying to impress somebody else or impress the creator of the thing that we're fans of. How shipping has become a bad thing over time. And this has everything to do with how people like or dislike certain ships. It's really sad that the reason that shipping has such a negative view on it is because shippers cannot get along with each other. Shipping becomes dangerous when you're hurting someone. If you dislike a ship so much that you base your like or dislike on an individual solely on whether or not they like the ships you like, or if they dislike the ships that you like, or if you hate the ships that they like, you've got a problem. Shipping should not get to the point where you will attack people over whether or not they like your ships, or if you don't like one of their ships. And shipping should not be taken so seriously that it takes over your life and you cannot interact with people that do not have the same ships as you. These people exist. You shouldn't have to hurt somebody over their ship, and you certainly shouldn't have to hate somebody over their ship. Shipping is fun, and the fun has been completely sucked out of it because people get so serious over it. Fandoms should not be split completely down the middle or into different groups based on which ships they like and which ships they don't. We're all fans here, guys. We really need to come back together and realize that we all like and dislike different things, but in the end we have this one thing in common, and that's the story itself. In the end, this is what I want you to take from this video, that we are all fans, okay? And a certain couple or something in that story, your one true pairing should not define you. If you take nothing else from this video, do not let your ships define you. So we're at the end of the video here. This is a picture of my OC Richie and original character I made for my granddad, and it was a Father's Day gift that I gave to him, which is nice. Thank you for watching the video, everyone. Another great one. You can check out this other video. Videos come out every Saturday. Maybe become a Patreon. You get a lot of great perks when you sign on, and you decide how much you pledge. Links are on the screen and in the description below. And as always, guys, have a wonderful day. See you guys next time.